Maya's father, a bank officer, was used to being transferred every few years. This time, his job brought the family to the quiet town of Naogao. They moved into a modest 3-room apartment on the 3rd floor of an older but affordable building. Maya, along with her parents and younger brother, settled into their new home. At first, everything seemed normal, but peace can sometimes be deceiving. It wasn't long before Maya started to feel a strange, unsettling presence. Even when she was alone, it felt like someone or something was in the room with her, watching silently. Then one night, around 2:30 a.m., Maya woke to a horrifying sight. A headless, human-like figure stood in front of her. It was holding a head in its hands. Her head. She looked down. Her body was missing. Terrified, Maya screamed. Her father and brother rushed into her room. Her father dismissed it as a nightmare, likely caused by stress or something she'd watched. But Maya insisted this was no dream. She had been fully awake. From that night onward, Maya was never the same. She became withdrawn and quiet. She no longer laughed or spoke like she used to. She spent long hours on the rooftop, isolated. Her appetite vanished. Oddly, she often woke up feeling full, even though she hadn't eaten. One night, Maya's mother woke up to get a glass of water and heard her daughter whispering. She walked toward Maya's room and froze in place. There was a figure standing outside the 3rd floor window, whispering to Maya. When she called out Maya's name, Maya collapsed on the floor, unconscious. Later, Maya confessed that she was being taken to strange places in her dreams where she was fed mysterious food. She said she couldn't control it. It was like someone else was in charge of her body. Then came the night that shocked everyone. Maya's mother woke up to see her daughter floating in mid-air. A few seconds later, Maya dropped suddenly onto her bed with such force that the wooden frame snapped. The noise was so loud that neighbors ran over, thinking something heavy had fallen. But Maya was extremely thin, far too light to cause that kind of damage. Frantic and frightened, Maya's father started asking around the neighborhood. He learned that a young woman had died by suicide in their apartment years ago. No family had stayed in that unit for long. When he confronted the landlord, the man denied everything. But after a local priest was brought in to bless the home, the truth began to emerge. Years earlier, the landlord's niece, Rena, had come to live in that very apartment after her father passed away. She was remarkably beautiful, and that became her curse. Her jealous aunt, bitter that her own daughter was constantly overshadowed by Rena, sought out a dark ritualist to ruin her. Using items hidden in Rena's food and pillow, the aunt attempted black magic to destroy Rena's beauty. But something went terribly wrong. The magic didn't disfigure her. Instead, it destroyed her mind. Rena became unstable, paranoid, and no longer recognized herself. She attempted suicide several times. Eventually, she ended her life by slitting her throat with a razor blade. After her death, the family discovered that the ritual had summoned a malevolent spirit, a bad jinn who had latched onto Rena. The priest explained that the jinn never left. It had been feeding off the sorrow and vulnerability in that apartment ever since. It targeted young girls, manipulating their dreams, controlling their minds, and driving them toward death. Unable to deal with the consequences, the landlord's family moved out. But they continued to rent the apartment to unsuspecting families. After learning the full truth from the priest, Maya's family packed up and left the apartment immediately. Maya began a long journey of healing under the care of both doctors and spiritual guidance from the priest. It took nearly 3 years, but slowly, Maya returned to her old self. Today, she's healthy, alive, and no longer haunted by the presence that once claimed her nights. But that apartment in Neogon still stands, and those who pass by late at night say you can sometimes hear faint whispers floating down from the 3rd floor.